Hello, readers. Welcome to Level 2, Unit 4. This is the second text passage in this unit. And before we get to reading the text passage, which is going to be, it's an autobiography, or an excerpt from the autobiography of Malcolm X. This is a short video just introducing you to some of the big ideas of this unit. The big idea really for this text passage is about the value of education and equity in education for all Americans. So I'm going to show this video and I'll try to get my screen set up here. Let me see.
Getting all kids educated in the United States has been a long struggle. The first American public school, one supported by taxpayers that students attended for free, didn't appear until 1832. The first compulsory education law requiring all young people to go to school was passed in Massachusetts in 1852. The last state to pass a compulsory education law was Mississippi in 1918.
Education for all young people hasn't always been the law of the land, and public education hasn't always been for every child. Even the esteemed Booker T. Washington, in his famed Atlanta Compromise 1895 speech, advocated that blacks should live, work, and learn separate from whites, and that whites should provide a helping hand. 1 year later, the Supreme Court case of Plessy v. Ferguson allowed segregation laws. This ruling allowed laws separating blacks from whites in transportation, public accommodations, recreational facilities, churches, cemeteries, and schools in both northern and southern states. Separate but equal was for a long time an attempt to separate the races while giving them both an education of equal quality. It was a theory that did not always work in practice. While some schools for black young people were state-of-the-art for their times, many facilities were substandard and often decidedly inferior to those for white children.
But even in the more progressive schools, such as the Michigan Junior High, where the young Malcolm X, then known as Malcolm Little, attended and excelled, other barriers could hold a bright child like Malcolm back. He wanted to be a lawyer. A teacher told him that such an ambition was no realistic goal for someone of his race. And the word she used, well, I shall not say.
This began a period of disillusionment for young Malcolm. And moving to New York and Boston, he entered a life of crime, which ended when he picked up a stolen watch he was having fixed in a repair shop. Entering prison with a lot of street smarts and an 8th grade education, Malcolm had a choice between continuing a life of crime or educating himself. He began a new life.
Let's see. I have to get my... Yeah, stop. Okay.